Hey everyone, after having a few technical difficulties, I think I've got there. Just need to make sure that it's actually working this time. Okay, I think we're working, so I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna talk today about how we care for lymphedema. And the first thing, after doing a lot of research and then after seeing the lymphedema nurses we got for Sophia was the compression garment. She has a different one to this now. This is a tiny one. This was one of her first ones. She has a pink one now that matches her shoes, so she really likes that one, but it goes all the way up to her arm, this one, and he just came just, I think at the time this one was just past her elbow because she was smaller, she was only one. So what this does, it compresses her hand and her fingers and her arm, and it helps get the lymph fluid going. Since she's been wearing these, she has lost I think a couple of centimetres on her hand, and her arm has gone down quite a bit. We've just changed her compression garment, so we're just getting the right measurements for that. It's not easy trying to measure a 2-year-old when you have to put them, you have to measure around the fingers and you have to measure around the hand, and so this is one of the things that she has. Another thing that's really important is diet, and right now both our kids eat a gluten-free diet, but the most important thing that your body needs is water. Now when we joined Nikon just after Sophia started with the compression, so she'd never had tap water. We were still boiling water for her because we'd just had in our area a contamination of our tap water, so that meant the bath water and everything, so anything that came out the tap was contaminated with some germ. So since then I've been looking for a water filter, something that I'd be happy to have my children drink, and I never really liked the taste of tap water anyway. It always tasted like chlorine, and I could smell the chlorine as well. So if you've seen my post down below, if you scroll down through the event, you'll see there's a blog post on the PyMag shower, and that's one of the first things we got from Nikon. Sophia also suffers with eczema. Now it was on her hand, so if you can imagine on her lymphedema hand, and if it was to get really bad on there, it could cause the cellulitis, which I spoke about yesterday, and that could be quite bad. But she now has no eczema over her body, apart from she has a little bit on her feet, and we think that's maybe something to do with dairy, which we're getting rid of slowly now for her. So the water was really important, and when we joined up with Nikon and we saw these water products, I was so excited. And there was all this information, and there was even some things like arsenic in our water. There was a study done in the UK on how the waterfall, which I'll show you a picture of or a video later on in the event. Now this waterfall, what it does is it takes out the chlorine and the pesticides, the chemicals and all the nasty stuff in the water, and it replaces it with the good stuff that's supposed to be in the water. So water comes out, it's alkaline water. It's how nature intended the water to be. And paimag is, they call it paimag, it's a Japanese word, and I believe there's a place where they tested some water in Japan, and that's what they've replicated. Now, also, there's a magnetic field in this water when the water filter. So when the water passes through it, the molecules shrink, so your body absorbs the water better. So that was absolutely fantastic for our kids. It tastes amazing. The taste is just so nice, and the kids have these as well, and we all have one of these, and we can take this anywhere with us. It's got a filter in, so it's just like the waterfall. It's the paimag water on the go, so you can fill it up from anywhere, and people have filled this up with stream water when they've been camping and things like that. So so that's the water. It's really important for people with lymphedema to drink a lot of water. My kids don't really drink anything that's they don't have juice or anything like that, which would be really bad for all of us, but for Sophia with having lymphedema. Yes, Peyton, it's so smooth as well. When you drink it, it's smooth, and when you shower in it, when you shower in the shower, that's smooth as well. It's soft. So another thing that we do is we don't use any creams that we buy. We use shea butter on her eczema, and while every night she has a massage, so we massage her as long as a 2-year-old will stay still. She is quite a bit used to it. We put it into her bedtime routine. Doing it in the mornings or any time during the day isn't really as easy, but we'll get there. And what we use is lemongrass essential oil. And the citrus oils are really good for the lymphatic system, and they're good for using when they're doing lymphatic drainage massage. It's called something like that. And so they use the citrus oils, and we've got lemon as well, and we've got wild orange. Now wild orange is the one that's in the raffle, so make sure you enter that with a chance to win the wild orange. Now with the lemongrass, what we do for Sophia is we put it in one of these. Now we've got in here, it's a roller ball, and we've got fractionated coconut oil. You can use almond oil or avocado oil, and we just put it in here with a couple of drops of the lemongrass, because she's only little, so she needs a couple of drops, and we roll that on her and massage it on the bottom of her feet as well. On the bottom of her feet, why we put it there is because when you massage essential oils into the bottom of the feet, they go into the bloodstream faster, and that's because we've got bigger pores on the bottom of our feet. So those are some of the things that we've used, we use every day. We use these every day for Sophia. And the one thing we were having a problem with was at night she was waking up and she was crying, and it would be most nights, and we didn't know what the matter was with her. Of course she can't speak, and she still doesn't speak at the moment, but she couldn't tell us what was the matter. So we'd get her out of bed, and we'd try and do all the things that you would normally do, check her nappy, and we discovered that it was her arm was aching her. So we'd give her a massage, and then she'd get back to sleep. And this went on for a while, and at one point we were having to give her ibuprofen. Now that's not something that we wanted to do. So we hadn't been in Nikon long, so we decided to have a look at their sleep system. And we know that it helped a lot of people with MS, fibromyalgia, and all those kind of things, with pain and things like that. So I did a little bit of research on the internet. I didn't think we'd come up with anything, but we found one person who had talked about lymphedema and earth pads, and it's the same kind of thing with Nikan and their Kenko pads, which you put as a mattress topper. So now they're in, obviously both our kids have these, and they're both in toddler sized beds, so the single ones are a bit big. So I researched a little bit more and found out that people actually use the pet pad for their toddlers and their babies in cribs, and we've got it here. So this is what it looks like. It's just a pad, and in there is you've got magnetic technology is in there, and that helps with them getting a better night's sleep, and it helps have the pain, because after we've got that and we put it on Sophia's bed, or on a cot even, she never woke up. She used to teeth really bad as well, and she's never woke up screaming since. So since the very night that we put this on her bed, she's not once woke up. Now, another thing this person said was that it had reduced the swelling in her underarm, but we're not sure whether that's happened for Sophia, because she's had a compression on, and yes, it's gone down. So we don't know whether that's what it is, but we know that the pain has been taken away in the night by her having this pet pad on her bed. If you want to know any more information about that, I'll post some later. Hi Katie, our numbers are going for the raffle, so please do make sure you don't miss out on that. So, and the other things that we had, which we also have, and a lot of people who have lymphedema use this, and this is duct tape, and they call it, I think they call it something different, but this is the only duct tape that has Nikan's advanced far infrared and negative ion technology in it. Now, far infrared is the magnetic energy from the sun, and the negative ions is what you feel when you go into like a forest or by water. It's the cooling feeling. So when you put this on, it can draw out heat from something, say, that's inflamed, and then it gives it a cooling effect. So the heat's drawn out and it's dispersed into the atmosphere. So what this actually does for lymphedema is, when you put it on, and we haven't been able to keep it on Sophia, if you can imagine, it's sticky, and she'll pull it off. But you stick it on, and it lifts the skin away and helps from the lymph fluid, and helps with drainage. And with somebody with lymphedema, all the help with drainage is, any help they can get with drainage is good. So water, a good diet, massage, and the magnetic technologies that we've discovered is how we care for Sophia and her lymphedema. If you want to know any more information about any of the things that I've discussed, please do get in contact with me. And I'm sure there's plenty of other things that we haven't yet discovered, and hopefully that we're able to spread awareness for lymphedema, and that these charities that we are supporting, they go into GPs and doctors and help them understand lymphedema and give them the information. So we can only hope that there's something in the future that can help even more. So I hope you're enjoying the event. Thank you very much for everybody who shared and who has taken part, and we have nearly finished the raffle, so that means we are close to raising £100 already. So thank you very much for everyone who's taken part in the raffle as well, and I'll be speaking to you again tomorrow. So have a great day and with whatever you're doing, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.